Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
The finale.
Yes, the finale.
Season 6 finale.
Season 6 already. That's
still
crazy.
in Greece.
Well, they're never coming back from Greece. They're never coming back from this at all.
No.
I realized last episode when I thanked everyone for finding us, I did the whole follow us on social media, but I never explained that we are two husbands and we watch Housewives.
Oh, you didn't explain that?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I was like, I'm going to make sure people know what this podcast is all about. And then I failed to do my one job. I had one job.
I sometimes think when people find us on social media, they may not know that we're a podcast. You know,
how do they not know? That's all we post is clips of us sitting here talking.
Yeah, but it could just be like, just talking heads without having the a podcast behind it.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
that's true. We could, but we are two husbands. We have a podcast. You're listening to it. You're watching it, and we talk about the Housewives franchises.
We do.
And again, we're going to specify we are each other's husbands.
Yes, not husbands of ladies.
No, certainly not. I mean, I can be a lady in the classy sense of the word. I have manners is what I'm trying to say.
That would be a gentleman.
Well, I can be a gentleman too if you need, but neither here nor there. Yes, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
This was a pretty good episode.
It was really good. I feel like we were watching so much of it with our, this expression, like that emoji of like, oh my God, is this happening? And it is. It's like each year they top themselves.
Yeah,
and
they really did.
The campiness and the drama and the music and the editing. Having gone to the editing panel at BravoCon, I'm like, wow, you guys really do so much. I'm sure they were given so much footage.
Right.
And to narrow it down and like those cues and the music and putting it all together.
Your mic's not blinking, is it?
No.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Sorry, we rearranged the mics a little bit because we're trying to battle some sound issues and give you guys the best sound possible.
Sound quality.
In our third year of this podcast,
yes.
we're gonna get this dialed in finally. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're just wanting to make sure. I'm just a little paranoid.
2026 is the year of good sound.
Yeah. and better video. But yeah, you're right. They really did edit this great, and just the timing of it all was perfect. It's one of these episodes where I wish we did take copious amounts of notes because there was so many details that's hard to...
So much going on.
But
I did my little summary, and I think we should be able to, between the two of us, remember most of it. So
Right. Yeah. So where did we start, though?
With everyone being like, oh my God.
Meredith's making coffee for people.
Yes. But I was like, oh my God, Angie, your lip. They made it seem like she was, Eric Stoltz in Mask.
That's
Eric Stoltz?
Yeah, it was Eric Stoltz in Mask.
Just like, oh my God, you're so disfigured. And it's like she has a cut on her lip from running into
a wall or a coffee cup. Yeah, but I mean, it had, the previous day didn't seem as large or as crazy. So for her to wake up and then have this giant fat lip, it was a lot more shocking, I think. And people are like, oh my God. I did enjoy that they were all shocked that Meredith was just happy making coffee and like, oh, do you want an espresso? Here you go.
Meredith, little did she know how this day was going to go.
No, she did not know how that
Cut to Bronwyn
So
what did you make of the Bronwyn, Meredith of it all?
I more gaslighting for sure.
Yes.
So first she went to Mary and explained to Mary what happened because that's how we see the text message.
Well, she's like, I'm surprised Meredith, in her confessional, I'm surprised Meredith seems so great because last night she was not.
Right.
And then she goes to Mary and says,
last night after we all were talking and we went to bed.
After cameras went down,
Meredith texted me and asked me to come to her room so we could talk. And so I did, and she was really interested in what happened and what we talked about at lunch the other day.
Well, as Bronwyn said, she seemed to be spinning out a bit and really worried and concerned and just paranoid.
And that seems to also coincide with other things we've seen about Meredith in the past on other girls' trips where at night she ends up getting a little bit more upset about what's going on and
really
tries to search the room for bugs and things like that.
That was on camera. I was thinking it's more so off camera when she has time to really think and ruminate and spiral. And then when these moments happen, like the plane or this moment with Bronwyn, then, you really see her, but you don't see her because it's not on camera.
Right.
And that's her strategic nature.
Yeah, no.
Meredith Marks Esquire.
I think that happened. I think it happened probably the way that
Bronwyn said it happened.
I almost certainly the way Bronwyn said it happened because Bronwyn got heated the next day or later that day.
When she asked her about it and Meredith denied ever saying anything.
Right.
that was, I don't think, I know good acting, I know bad acting. I don't think Meredith, I don't think that Bronwyn was acting. Meredith was. And she was a little bit too like, nope, didn't happen. Nope, shutting it down. That was off camera. Like, she saw Bronwyn coming and she was like, shut it down. But thinking Bronwyn would be like, and Bronwyn's not playing that game anymore.
Because she's doing that thing where take the word gaslighting out of it. She's trying to tell Bronwyn that she did not participate in a conversation that Bronwyn knows she participated in.
She's trying to say, just with the plane thing, what you saw, what you heard didn't happen.
Right.
And I, as a rational person,
yeah,
that is not going to compute, and you're not going to sit for that. And, Bronwyn had it up to here. And I think also Bronwyn was saying, you've used me, and we saw flashbacks to it, to get information about what's going on, what's being said about you, and you discard me, and now you're trying to say what I said didn't happen.
Right.
And that's not cool with me.
Right.
And so Bronwyn bottled it up, and she went off on her and then bottled it up because we're going to go see Angie's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
They had a delightful trip with the cousin. Lisa, very much so. Like,
yeah. Oh, he's so cute. Oh,
I love your cousin.
Just hugs up on him like, oh, I love him.
Sure, Angie was like, please stop.
Yeah.
Please stop. And then it all comes out on the Sprinter.
Right.
And I have to say, I really loved that moment. What
did you love about it in particular?
When Bronwyn's voice drops a couple of octaves, when her neck starts necking, it's going to be on. And it was on. She was just like hitting points after point. And yeah, you're quiet because you know what I'm saying is true. Point.
Yeah.
Like, she was just like rolling that neck for all it was worth. And the other girls, like Heather especially, was like, oh, damn.
Well, I feel like, I don't know, like, I feel that in the Sprinter anyway, they were all like, I don't want to pile in on this because right now it's just going to erupt. It's going to go wrong. And I kind of the way it did towards the end of the episode, like, I feel had Heather or Whitney opened their mouths there, it would have just taken all credibility into what Bronwyn was saying away from Bronwyn.
I'm glad they didn't say anything because it wasn't about them. It was about Meredith and Bronwyn being fed up, and no one had, even Lisa, who is Meredith's mouthpiece, couldn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Probably for fear that Bronwyn would like flip on her too. So I think they're like, let's be quiet because Bronwyn's really agitated right now and we're in an enclosed space. So let's just get back to the villa.
Yeah, and
to safety.
Those internationalist Greek Sprinter vans are a lot closer quarters than the ones in Utah.
You are facing the person.
Right.
You're not just like have to turn around. You were like, no, Meredith.
Yeah,
that's not what happened.
I like that they were all like, Meredith, you are being really quiet. And you're like, so
it's because you're wrong, and she's like, "How can I spin it?"
It wasn't until the way back that Bronwyn interrupted, because that's when was it Lisa who was like, "What's wrong?" And because she kind of started, Meredith kind of started whispering.
Heather might have said, "Oh, Lisa's talking to Meredith."
Yeah.
And then Bronwyn's like, "I'll just go ahead and say it,"
right.
Because Bronwyn was saying, in effect, "I'm not going to leave this off camera. Like, we're going to bring what happened off camera on camera, and you are not going to shut me down and say what and gaslight me."
Right.
And I loved it all.
It was very nice to hear. It was definitely very nice.
Yeah.
So when they get back, that's when they're going to get ready to go out for this play.
Who we hear about.
Which we never knew about this before, right? Like we
got a flashback because when they shot it, they didn't show it to us.
But we did see Stella originally, though, didn't we?
No, it's the first time seeing Stella.
I thought someone visited the villa or whatever.
The dress person.
Oh,
you're
right.
Person.
You're right.
Yes,
you're
that
right.
was last episode. No, we had never seen Stella, and
I want to know. What I want to know is, that was not Angie's idea. That production, someone had to have been like, so there's this lady who, if we talk to her, she'll write a little Greek tragedy about. Like, or
I think it was Angie, but I think production may have given Stella some help,
some notes,
some footage.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like maybe here, watch this footage, get an idea of how the women have been. Oh, that actually is pretty good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think between like what the women told her and what production could have told her, she wrote a play.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they get to the haunted house.
Haunted house? Why are you calling it a haunted house?
Because that's what Meredith said.
Oh.
I don't want to be here. This is haunted.
I just looked at an open courtyard. The fact that it was so windy was interesting to me.
Yeah.
But I was getting ready for it to be cheesy and corny, even after they explained what the premise was. Do you want to explain for the listeners what the premise was of this whole thing?
Well, I think after Bronwyn's whole celebrate, being American episode, remember that?
Oh yeah, where she got her citizenship.
Yeah, I thought that was very cheesy and went nowhere. So I understand why you think that. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was gonna be cheesy when they came out and okay, here are your assigned colors, and I was like, oh, just like the dresses. Okay, wonderful.
Right.
But when they explained that they would correspond to the actors that were playing them,
so we, the audience, know who's who. That's what it really was about.
Okay, I'm fine with this.
The play, for the audience, if you haven't watched the episode, which I hope you have.
Yeah, if you haven't, turn us off right now.
Go watch it. Come back. And you'll be like, oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
So basically, the women told Stella about themselves and about their friends and their sisters of salt, and describe.
Oh my God, I just got that. Oh my God, I just
got that.
I just got that they were sisters of salt. Oh my God, I am so dense. I just thought I was like, oh, what's this sister metaphor going on? And I was like, when they came, the sisters. Okay, I get it. Salt Lake City.
Sisters of Salt.
Oh God.
So they talked about one another, and from that, Stella took copious notes and wrote this play.
Yes, a Greek tragedy.
Yes.
So that there were women doing the pantomiming, and then one woman was reading the story out loud.
I love the pantomiming.
And it is just an adaptation of let's read everyone's awful text messages to each other.
Yeah.
It was basically it's as if someone read a slam book that they found. It's really, really what it turned out to be.
They found Monica's slam book. A burn book from season 4, and here we are. Let's go one by one, if we shall.
Oh, if we can remember one by one.
I think so.
Okay.
So Heather, we start with her. So her sisters think that she hides behind an armor of humor.
Yes.
And she doesn't want to talk about herself, and she's distracting with humor and hiding in the shadows. A lot of you're saying one thing, but you're really doing another.
Right.
What's the theme?
Right. Because they were seeming to suggest it's because she's not dating anyone or not.
I love that flashback to the Sprinter where they said, who are you dating? It's true. Heather will talk about everybody else, but she'll talk about her daughters.
Right.
I've said this before, in her book, she barely goes into detail about her marriage. Which makes sense for some certain reasons. But on this show, she doesn't go into detail about her personal life and what she's doing off camera or in between seasons. And she deflects with I'm Heather, I'm funny. And sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's okay, we get it. You're funny.
Yeah.
But what's really happening in your life? So I think that was a win for Reddit, because they all say the same thing, that Heather's in everyone else's business, but doesn't
never
tell her own business.
Yeah.
That was spot on. So then Heather turned to her sister. Was it
Lisa?
Lisa.
Yes. And told her that
Lisa hides behind her wealth, and the only thing that she can't afford is humility. That was a good line, Stella.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Kudos for sure.
Kudos for that one.
So one thing that started to get a little confusing is that then Lisa turns to her sister, and I think that was Angie at that, or Brittany.
I can't remember
the order
what happened. I can't remember.
But what ended up happening was that they kept cutting in scenes of what the Housewives said to Stella, that kind of inspired the line in the play. But it wasn't always the sister. They didn't always show footage of the woman who turned to the next sister. So if I was a housewife watching this happen in real time, I would think when Lisa turns to, let's just say it was Brittany next, and says, says really, whatever they said about Brittany was awful. I mean, it's not stuff we haven't heard before, but
to have it said out loud.
Have it said out loud that basically you neglect your kids for men, for the attention of men.
You love the attention of men to the point where you neglect your children. Right. That was cold. Very
cold. And so, I mean, we haven't heard it before, but...
We have heard it before.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing we haven't heard before. That's what I meant to say. But the way they made it seem is that and then, sister turns and says this to Brittany, but it wasn't necessarily the clip that they showed. So it could be a different housewife said that, but I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh, Lisa said that about me? Or
well, a lot of it was Lisa.
Lisa said a lot.
A lot. Well, it's Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa
True.
also thought, "Oh, you're Capricorn. You're
Oh, wait. You're Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius.
I'm a Pisces. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes,
She's
Lisa,
so in tune with the earth,
so
the
in tune with the
trees,
trees.
and the stars.
the trees. I can't even. So yes, Lisa basically made it seem she's materialistic, and all that money can't buy you humility.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spot on, Stella.
We covered Brittany. Then
Angie is that she's very sharp-tongued.
yeah, some of them didn't make the most sense. Like I could.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, it's true.
It makes sense. It's true, but like it didn't really hit as hard, and it didn't seem to be, and that's probably why they didn't.
Well, it's like any housewife, yeah. Well, it's like, and they cut to like Bronwyn saying, like, if Angie likes you, you're great, but if she doesn't, she'll like come after you hard. And Angie does slice with her words,
right?
So I think it was more so you do that because, again, you don't want to focus on yourself, and you're afraid of being alone. I think that alluded to like maybe her daughter growing up. Maybe I'm reading into it. Maybe her husband.
I think it was actually Sister Heather turned to Sister Bronwyn and ended up saying the thing about how she has no face.
Yes, it was. It
was no face, in that she has no loyalties. Yeah, all that stuff.
She gathers information like trinkets.
Yes.
Like secrets, like trinkets.
Yes.
And then uses it against you at a party game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which apt and correct, I would say. I was a little caught off, and I can understand. I do wish we had like a drink count on all of the ladies there, but I know that Bravo's not going to publicize that necessarily, because Bronwyn would just started crying from the get-go.
Yes.
And I was just like, okay. And also, it must have been really hot, or I don't know what was going on there. They were all sweating. All of them were so shiny. I just wanted them to have some more makeup on, because I was just like, wow, they are really glossy ladies.
You always focus on those random things.
I'm sorry. I'm watching TV.
Glossy ladies.
So,
Mary. Again,
Mary's again didn't seem like all that much, and like.
But she took a very offense to it.
I think you could have told Mary that she was wearing yellow, and she would have taken offense to it.
That's true.
She was just looking for an excuse.
Like, why is that redhead lady playing me?
Right.
They have a sister.
Yeah. What's this colorblind casting?
This colorblind casting.
Colorblind casting means everyone's Greek.
I think it was meant to be. She's full of love and devotion, or preaches that, but really will come at you really hard and maliciously, some might say. Right. And especially Brittany, who said it.
Yeah.
Stella. The Whitney part of it was
that basically she's vapid, shallow, and like because of that, no one will listen to what she says.
In Greek, Lisa called her a loose woman, which really?
Yeah.
Really? No, that's... No.
But I mean that...
it's one thing to call Brittany a whore. It's another to call Whitney a whore.
I don't know if those are two separate things, but...
Well, because Brittany isn't married and Whitney is. So to call her a loose woman, are you implying she's cheating on her husband? Like, it's the implications of that.
Oh, I can see.
It's just so
I can see
so
that.
Lisa.
But it goes to show that's how Lisa probably views Whitney in general, is that she's just kind of a,
as I said, Lisa views everyone as beneath her. She's there. She's above them on her marble pedestal. Stella, the writing. Where's the Tony? What's the Greek Tony?
The Antony.
Antony.
Then
we got to Meredith.
Meredith finally, yeah. And that was that she hides behind words.
Right.
Which she definitely does.
She does.
Definitely hides behind words.
Yes.
Which she was taught to use words
very carefully. Taught by your family, taught by law school, professors, all the above.
The way when she first said that. So before we get to what everyone said, I have to find, like, some of their rebuttals to these things were really weak. And I wish we could have heard everyone's rebuttal. Because by the time they got to Meredith, and rightfully so.
Well, they focused on 3 rebuttals.
Right. It got off the rails. But when Meredith said, I was taught to use words. And it's like, yeah, I was taught to use words too. But,
use your words.
Yeah. It's like, it was such a weird, and I knew what she was going for. Like, I'm not a dummy. I know she was going to say, because words have meaning and And I'm like, yeah, I gotcha. And I agree with you fully. But just the way it started coming out of her mouth was like, I talk pretty. It's like, oh, Meredith, no.
I talk pretty someday. Yes. One day. Yeah.
So it's her that I mean, her rebuttal was very much, that she wants to choose the right words, and she doesn't want, and she wants other people to use the right words, but she did not really even address that. Yes, and she still is not taking accountability. She hides behind words. She holds people to semantics and
we'll get to that, but it was.
What I didn't like about everyone else, you can talk in a minute. No, what I didn't like about everyone else is that they kind of turned it around and made it about the way they feel about themselves and not about how this impacts the other women. Because Bronwyn talked about how she's always sought loyalty and like how she's been, or the way her parents treated her when she was pregnant, kind of
the shame
and everything, ripped support out from underneath her. So she's always seeking loyalty. And that's a problem that she has to deal with in her life.
And that she may not be loyal to other people.
Right.
Now Todd is not loyal to her. Yes.
Right. So it had a little bit to do with the other women and her behavior towards them.
Well, I thought...
He's fine.
Sorry.
Our cat has the zoomies, if you didn't hear. And he's running around, and if Jeff had pearls, he would have ripped them right off his own neck just now.
Flung himself over a balcony, but really he flung himself onto the stairs.
Yeah. The cat's running around being crazy.
It was
gymnastic kitty.
So many zoomies. No, what I was going to say... Thank you, Momo.
For interrupting me?
Because you wouldn't have stopped talking.
That's it. I'm leaving.
My brother insults. Yes.
Yeah, you don't even know what you're gonna say now.
I loved and Bronwyn's rebuttal the most because she gets messy towards Meredith at the end. We'll get to that. But when she took ownership of the fact, Lisa Rinna, that she is not the most loyal person. She feels that she's been discarded or, not, people haven't had her back, so she doesn't have people's back. She doesn't know how to be loyal. To admit that, to say I need to work on that, that was really great. And, she took away a lot from the play. I think that's why she was crying, and also probably her issues with Todd. So I think that was great. Lisa, I was surprised for Lisa to own as much as she did. Again, humility, she can't buy it. But the fact that she said, I expect a lot from myself and I'm disappointed in myself, I do think there was truth to it, because she was actually seemed like she was crying real tears and not the I'm gonna cry. Lisa, I'm crying, I'm shook.
All
like
right.
It felt like she was actually it felt like she was actually, being real for a second. She reverted back to form after a bit. But I think for Lisa, she got as real as she could be. And to say, I think even it's too much for John, yes, it is. And to say it, I think that was great for Lisa. I will give her that. I don't praise Lisa very much, and that's as far as I'm going to go.
To me, it really, really felt like one of those job interview questions of, what's your biggest weakness? And she's like, I just put too much on myself. And it's just like...
Well, it's because she didn't fully go there. That's what I'm saying. For Lisa, she went as far as she was going to go.
Okay.
And admit and be as real as she... Because we go back to the beginning of the episode where, Meredith, and when you're saying, Lisa's saying we should all be real, but she's never real.
Right.
So I think that was as close as we're going to get. And, whatever. I accept that. I still...
All right.
I don't like her most of the time, but I'll give her that. I will give her that.
Okay.
So
you made some good points.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I was trying to make my points first.
No, I had a flow. I was going in my head.
So did I, buddy. It's called a conversation.
No, your flow was you jump over here, then you go back here, and mine was let's go boop, boop, boop. Because I'm remembering it now, what happened.
Oh, got it.
Yes. But then we get to it kind of breaks away with Lisa and Angie having a kumbaya moment of I wasn't I thought that Angie's whole if I'm ever out of line, I want you to tell me that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ange.
No, ma'am.
And this little kumbaya is only it's for 5 minutes, and then they get the reunion and they rip each other's heads off.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I like that they were trying to get at game recognizes game. That they're both basically we have competitiveness, and we have a situation where we're just trying to one up each other. They were saying that, but they didn't quite say that.
Yes.
But yeah, it was interesting.
One up each other in bitchery. Yes. Basically. And then, but yeah, I wish we would have focused on Heather. I kept waiting for Heather to say, you know what, that is true. When she said it's spot on, it's it's true. I do use humor because I don't want to be honest about certain things in my life. And, you know, I'm scared about finding or trying to find love again after what happened to me in my marriage. Like a bit more realness to Heather, and something, again, put down the armor of humor and like be for real.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I wish they would have done that.
Were you speaking to me about like that? You want me to put down my armor of humor and be real?
Because you're real all the time and also humorous. Heather's just like, I'm on a show. I'm the narrator. I've got a witty joke. I got a bit. I got this phone. I'm going to do a bit. That's Heather.
So you haven't figured out in the last 9 years we've been together that I'm just doing one really long bit? No, I'm totally
it's
kidding.
The long con. Tell you what.
So then we do get to Meredith, right?
Which I feel like Meredith could have been the whole...
She tried to.
No, but that whole, you're saying like an interview question of like, what's my biggest fault? And her saying, I'm just afraid. And again, I guess that's as much as she's going to give. But to say, I'm afraid of people talking shit about me, basically, and I don't let them in because I feel like they're going to turn on me.
She started to do the whole I have the world on my shoulders like Lisa was doing, but I think as she was kind of going down that path, she's like, oh, wait, Lisa already said all that.
The wheels were turning.
They were definitely turning.
She was like turning. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
If I say that, maybe they'll shut up and leave me alone.
Right. Absolutely.
Little did she know that was not going to be the case. Yeah. Not with like freaking Heather over here like, well.
And so was it Heather who got her Meredith ultimately to stand up and walk away, like, and go to the bathroom?
Heather and Whitney both started coming at her, and she said, you know, okay, this is what I'm telling you. You're attacking me, which she was. And when Heather denied it, no, Heather, you not attacking, but like, you were.
They were interrogating her.
Yes.
They were trying to get her to take accountability, and they were
admit certain things,
that
she's not gonna ever admit.
Right.
We will never, ever hear what truly happened from Meredith's mouth on that plane.
Oh, no, I don't think we will. But no, I mean, I think from Heather's point of view, she's like, no, we're just trying to get to the bottom and talk to you about this, and you're calling it an attack. And it was like after, you know, it was very anti-Heather when she was like, you know, how are you denying my experience when she's now just like, no, that's not what happened, Meredith. And I was just denying her experience. So a little hypocritical. And that's why, you know, we wondered how much wine Heather was drinking.
She seemed to go from 0 to 80 real quick.
Wine drunk is a little different than other drunk. Yeah. So she was definitely had a few glasses for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it was, I mean, I liked that when Meredith went to the bathroom in quotes, because she just seemed to wander off like into the courtyard somewhere. That's when
she went to Video Village.
Yes.
Pulled up a door.
That's when Mary got just like, what the hell are we doing here? Like,
like she's like, first of all, I'm pissed about that whole thing that yellow girl was saying. Like, which girl in yellow?
And which one of you people told me you called me that?
I'm not like that. I'm not like that. But she's like, why are we not saying the thing?
Yeah.
And then
we're all grown women. We're adults.
When production got Meredith to go back and pushed her back out there, and she comes out like in her all other outfit because she didn't get the flowy memo, flowy dress memo, and when Mary said, we are all afraid for you, we think you're spiraling, everyone here thinks it, including me, I was so glad that she said that.
Yeah, yeah. And the expressions Lisa was making this entire time during everything was she wasn't disagreeing. She wasn't rising to Meredith's defense at all. Not any of that. She was being very tight-lipped and very like surprised. I think everyone else there was also surprised that they were saying the quiet part out loud.
Priceless in this episode. Because Lisa, it was like, we're gonna
and Brittany was behind them. You could see Brittany being like, oh God, like everyone was like, oh, this is like serious.
We're doing real.
We're actually saying,
I didn't get that was in the group chat. We're not doing real.
Yeah, and I think that's what was caught some of them off guard, is that I just don't think that they were expecting it to get to like a real situation. And again, I don't think Mary was saying she was on something or drugs or alcohol. She's saying something's going on here. Something is just going on in your life.
You're not right.
Yeah.
And Meredith wouldn't hear it at all.
Right.
I'm fine.
Right.
I'm fine.
And
what do you say when someone says they're fine?
Well, like, Bronwyn says, I was in New York with Todd.
I mean...
and I saw your husband with another woman.
I mean, I knew that was going to come out eventually, but I didn't expect it to come out then.
No, I didn't either.
And I'm like, was that the best timing?
But that is when Lisa
Yes. That's gross.
Yeah. Once it became like about Seth and Meredith's marriage.
Right. Once it was like off Meredith potentially having a problem,
it became about the marriage.
Yes.
That's when Lisa snapped too. And part of me wonders if your friend knew you had a problem in your marriage and that suddenly got brought up on national television, you might snap out of whatever. Okay, I'm going to see where this goes. I'm going to go, oh shit, we got to.
Because if she remained silent, she would be co-signing,
right,
in a sense.
And not only that, like if you knew that was actually a problem and that could be the reason behind all of this, you would probably put up some walls for your friend and help them out of the situation, get them out of there. Kind of the way that Lisa Rinna got Erica out of the situation in Beverly Hills when she was really, really drunk.
Right. The difference is though Lisa's an actual real friend.
Yes.
And wasn't enabling.
Right. No, for sure. That's a whole different conversation. But like, just like with that Beverly Hills thing, you could tell when shit got real. That's when Lisa Rinna was like, "Oh, we're gonna get you out of here, away from cameras."
Exactly.
And I think that's what Lisa was doing. Is like, "Oh God, this is real." And I think that's what was going on. Lisa was saying like, "This is real. There is a problem, and I don't want you to lose control of the narrative. Let's get you away from here."
Right. And we also I just remembered one thing: the Whitney of it all when she held Meredith's face and was like, the reason I'm acting this way, and it's like, well, duh, Whitney, we understand. I'm not saying duh like to, disregard that.
Right.
But you have issues with people in your life who have had drug and alcohol issues. And so it's only natural that you see certain behavior that reminds you of that and you jump on that. Not in a bad way, but just I'm afraid for this person. Like I'm afraid for my father who I don't know what he's doing these days because we're,
Right.
So I thought she went a bit further than Mary, but didn't actually say like, I actually think you're a pill popper.
Right.
And you're an alcoholic.
You're just displaying behavior that I'm used to seeing.
Right.
And for me, when I see it, it means this.
Right. And then to cut to Lisa later on, me like, get away, Whitney. No, you're being gross. You're like saying da-da-da. And it's like, that annoyed me.
Yeah, it annoyed me too.
Of Whitney too.
Also, I just don't know in what world it would be a good idea to touch anyone's face with both hands. Unless we're about to kiss on a soap opera, there's no reason to do two hands on someone's face.
Very Erica Kane.
Yeah, it's very, very odd.
Yeah.
It's like that episode of Friends with Susan Sarandon when
I turn your face.
Yeah, turn your face with both my hands.
Yeah. Especially in a post-COVID world. No.
Yeah, very, very gross.
No.
And what I don't like also about the whole Lisa, like, oh, you're gross about Whitney, was saying the same thing about Bronwyn. Bronwyn could have had the backbone to say, I understand that what I'm saying is suggesting he was with another woman.
Bronwyn got very muddled.
Yes.
Yeah.
For her, no, it's fine. You can talk over me. I don't mind. No, Bronwyn was just saying like, it's not up for me to suggest what's going on. And I didn't understand her whole point that like, I put up walls when my marriage is threatened. And then like to turn around in that same breath and say, but I'm not saying that your husband was with another woman. I don't know who he was with.
I don't understand her goal with that. Are you trying to bring him back to you're spiraling because your marriage is being questioned? Because the only one who's questioning your marriage is, well, besides from Brittany,
right,
is Bronwyn. Right. So,
and maybe that you are right, is that maybe she was trying to equate, if you're spiraling, is it because we're questioning your marriage, or that came up? Because that seems to be what started all of this on the airplane was the stupid TikTok about Seth.
Yeah.
And so, like, if that's what's going on. But it was laughable to me that, like, why won't you confide in us? Like, I would feel better if I was going through a problem. I feel better after I get it off my chest and I confide in somebody. It's like, none of you are worth confiding in because
I was wrong when I would have, like, left that to the reunion and not brought it up at that point. I would have stuck to the gaslighting because it was very clear,
right?
The gaslighting and denying.
They were being real though. They were being real about it.
Yeah, but it came out of nowhere and it really like shifted not that Meredith wouldn't have stormed off, but I think she might have stuck around if Bronwyn hadn't gone there.
Right.
You didn't need to give Lisa ammunition to Lisa the heck out of that situation.
I kind of want a shirt now that says Lisa the fuck out of the situation.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I like it. Can that be one of our pieces of merch?
It should.
Actually, I don't want to make.
She'd sue us.
No, I don't want to make money off of Lisa Barlow.
Her 6 lawyers. I don't know how many lawyers they would sue us. Bronwyn could have could have left that off.
Yeah, I agree with
it. Got muddy after that.
But
everything else, though, that she said, from the sprinter to owning her disloyalty, spot on. Loved it. Yeah.
As a viewer, I loved it. I'm glad she went there. I'm glad it got messy. I'm glad she talked about the husband. I'm glad for that. But as someone who, is interested in the outcome and like kind of some progress on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, it was not the right move for their friendship.
No.
So
if there is a friendship anymore.
Well,
if Meredith comes back.
By everything I'm guessing, I don't think Meredith wants to come back. I mean,
well, she's got this DJ career now.
I mean, it's lucrative.
Between caviar and DJing. I mean, come on.
Right. I do have to agree with Meredith in many ways that, like, if Meredith isn't seeing that there's a problem, and that's why there's two different parts here. Meredith is saying, like, I don't have a problem with my marriage. I don't have a problem spiraling. I'm feeling fine. My mental health is fine. My physical health is fine. Y'all are trying to make something happen that's not happening. And I'm not going to sit around here and talk about it. That's what we always say is, like, stand in your truth. If this isn't a problem, then it's not a problem. Don't even waste your breath arguing it.
Right.
And so there I'm like, okay, Meredith is doing the right thing, if that is true, of walking away from it and just saying, you're all just crazy. Like, I'm not having a problem. But that's also what they're trying to say, is that I don't think you recognize you're having a problem. Like, you're behaving in so many ways that, like, you're denying these things are happening. We're alarmed by it. We're all genuinely concerned for you, not just what's going on for the show. And so it is, I don't know what to think about it.
Also, while you're standing in your truth, you don't need to drag others down. So when she pivoted in her confessional and said, I'm not going to talk about, the pills that Heather takes or the pills that, Brittany takes. And like, I drink way less alcohol than everybody else here. Now you're just housewiving it.
Right.
You're not like, I'm offended. Now I'm like, oh, well, if you're going to say that, I'm going to take you down. And it's like, now you're down in their level.
Right.
Because I don't know what alleged pills they have, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Monica tried to insinuate something on Instagram the other day.
That's true.
Yeah. That was more about alcohol, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's you take it down to a level and yeah.
Yeah. I've been noticing like Meredith has been posting a lot of videos with her and Seth lately. Like, they were just on vacation somewhere warm and tropical and like, oh, we're having fun, and like seeing that on social media and seeing all this going on. It's
as Lisa said, they're the family that poses. I mean, I'm not saying they don't love each other and they're not happy in certain respects, but they do put on a facade. And it's very obvious.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know them personally, but it just seems like, I guess every celebrity puts on a facade on Instagram about the prettiest version of their life. But, when you're protesting so much, it makes me think, okay,
yeah, we've
hit a wound here.
Yeah. And especially
when trauma,
when on camera, every time they bring up her marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's just something that's so just like sacred to her that like.
Well, because it was an issue in seasons past.
Right.
And they never really said that Seth did anything, but they had issues and they had a podcast together for a bit.
For like one episode of Salt Lake.
Yeah. Yeah. And then.
With Justin and Whitney.
Talking about marriage.
They had the pink mic version of the blue
I
ones.
think they
remember
might
that.
Still have that podcast. So.
We should look that up.
So it's something that she's dealt with, so she's sensitive to it.
Yeah.
But obviously there's something to be sensitive about because maybe they have worked it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems she's protesting a lot and getting really angry when if it's not true, then just, whatever, like, I'm going to disengage. You're not telling the truth here.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think I don't know. I don't really care about her marriage, honestly. I care about how she treats the other women. I care about what she did to Brittany. I care about her gaslighting Bronwyn and just the bullshit of her persona.
Right.
And he's trying to, as Bronwyn said, using legalese to get out of things and ducking and weaving. And it's not being genuine.
The one thing about in Stella's play when they said like talking to Meredith is like shouting into a maze. And I was just like, oh yeah, I know how that feels. I've talked to people where you're just like, oh God, I'm trying to have a conversation and like, it should be a straightforward conversation. And you're like, oh, look over here, look over there. And it's like, no, quit trying to get me lost in here. I know what's going on. So
Stella just like these These words.
Yeah, I mean, Stella deserves a snowflake. She should be on. They should
be a friend of next year.
They should import her next year.
She messy.
I know, right? It was so good.
So good. I thought there were little end pieces where it's kind of like, eh.
Well, I mean, how do you
How do you top that?
How do you button up everyone's storyline after that just happened, you know? So they had to bring it back to like kooky things that happen. Oh, Heather's mattress.
Yeah.
And then I don't even remember the other ladies.
They weren't that.
They weren't. Angie's doesn't have Greek citizenship yet.
Bronwyn is a citizen.
Yeah.
Citizen.
Easy for you to say. Lisa, what was her little thing?
I don't
Something about John.
Some trees.
Oh, still touching the trees. Yeah.
Trees. Angie says her commercial wasn't about Lisa. One-upping Lisa.
Right.
Whitney got Wild Rose beauty back.
Right, but not without a cost, it said.
Yeah.
I forget what that cost was.
I think maybe 3 when she...
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Brittany didn't get a card because she's not a real housewife.
Although she had so many... When your daughter gets her own confessional, you deserve an end guard.
Yeah. I think she'll get the snowflake next year, especially if Meredith doesn't come.
For sure.
But they're going to have to... Do you think they would add someone next year if Meredith doesn't come back?
This cast is so great. Honestly, I think just now take away the one person that we were all talking about, then what do we talk about next season? Well, I think bring a new girl on, it would like throw things up.
Right.
Throw things...
Unless they bring in, what's her face, the Utah socialite.
I think she ran for the hills.
Yeah, after seeing what happened after that party.
She's like, oh no, I will not be welcome back in Salt Lake Society if I keep going on with this.
Not need to keep doing this.
No, she got too close to the fire.
Yeah, but I mean, I think as far as housewives go, Real Housewives, even if Meredith did leave the show and they talked about her this season, I think they'll find a way to keep going.
Oh, for sure. Like
They took Monica out of the situation, and they found a way to keep going.
I thought that would like ruin them, but season 5 was great.
Right.
Season 6 is great.
Yeah.
It's just, I think I'm just tired of talking about Meredith, so if she went away, I would be okay, because I don't think she's ever, like I said, how she's not going to be first seat, even though they spent so much this season about her, the second half especially, she is never going to give you what you want her to give. Well, they're like, oh, Mother's mothering. Mother is kind of mothering. Yeah, she looks great. She DJs, whatever. But she's never going to give you full on...
Mother's auntieing.
Yeah. Not even auntie. Auntie, no. It's just, she's Meredith and she's Meredith. And it's never going to... Like, Lisa will give you something. Yeah, and Meredith is just going to like button up. So it's like, she could... we don't advocate for anyone being fired, but if she feels that she needs to go, I'm okay with her going.
Right. And honestly, like seeing the way she's reacted to all this and like seeing how, I don't know.
Not owning anything.
Right.
To say like, oh, I was just, venting to a friend. And when everyone else is saying, yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm curious to see how Andy handles that at the reunion, which the trailer came out.
The trailer was good. I mean,
not a lot about Meredith in the trailer.
No, not really.
Except for how they're saying F you.
That was fantastic.
That was good.
And then also just Andy finally walking out. I mean, just how many years in the making that like, I'm leaving this damn set.
People were saying, he never left a Jersey set, and that would get insane at the reunion. So it really must go down at the Salt Lake reunion.
It seems like all it would take is the way he's expressed, to the media that like Angie and Heather kind of fight on the same level where like neither of them process.
Angie and Lisa.
You said, sorry, Angie and Lisa. I bet you they're just going at each other and Andy's just like, I can't even, and just walks off.
Yeah, I can't stop you. You're not actually trying to work this out.
And he's not going nowhere. And he's not going to yell at Housewives anymore because it's a bad look for him to yell, shut up, like he did that one year.
Someone called it like a toddler trying to have a poop, like his face went like shut up.
Yeah. So I think it's probably a good idea he walks off. But
yes,
I'm looking forward to the reunion. It's one that I think often we wonder, how are they going to make 3 parts out of this?
Oh, for sure there's 3 parts.
Yeah, no.
Everyone I think gave so much and put themselves out there.
I'd say the only weakest link was Whitney. I don't think she had much really going on.
Well, not a lot going on, but very honest.
Yeah, that's true.
About her, again, any other housewife would have just tried to cover that up and no, everything's fine. I just sold off Wild Rose Beauty, focusing on, I'm pivoting here. But to say like, we failed hard and we lost a shit ton of money, we may not recover it. Like that's just, That's something I want to see from a housewife.
I think then I think we're going to get everything. I think we get most everything we want out of the reunion, except for any accountability for Meredith.
Correct.
Because she's going to be like, well, if that's what the ladies want to think.
I know what actually happened, and Lisa will back her up, and with a very, very dark spray tan.
Okay, then.
It's real dark, y'all.
Is there anything else we feel we need to cover with this week's episode of The Real Housewives?
No, it was a great finale. Great, end cap to the season. Looking forward to 3 parts of the reunion. And
have you, on your phone since the episode ended, have you gotten on and seen any of the reactions?
No, not yet. I came right up here. I thought I would do that afterwards.
All right. Well, then I think we'll have to talk about it next time.
Until next time.